Oh man, look at this beautiful Christmas tree. Bro, where's the star? Hey. I know it's been a long time, y'all. I know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alright. Nah, but on a serious note, I gotta get something off my chest. So just bear with me. Trying to make sure my camera's steady. I think that might work. Might work. You tell me. Alright. So anyways, first things first. Do y'all remember this clip right here? I know I've been gone for about, I want to say 2 weeks. Something came up. It's pretty crazy. But I'll talk about that in a separate video. Well, if you want to know what that crazy thing was, basically, it's so random, but our beloved pastor, Pastor Card, aka, I'll say his full name, Joshua Benjamin Nicholas Card, had suddenly passed away. And ever since his passing, we're all still healing from it. It just happened randomly. We don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that October 9th, which was the Sunday service, Sunday morning service, I had texted him, tell him good morning, and on his phone it shows that he's active. And so we go, or at least I went in the morning. My wife was at work. She goes to the evening service. But anyways, I go to the morning service. I'm waiting there in the parking lot. I don't see his car out there. I'm like, okay, maybe he'll pull up a little bit. You know, when it's closer to the time of the service. Didn't see anything. So then as I'm right there waiting, I see the time. It's like 10:30ish, and I'm like, okay, this is strange. 10:30, and it goes from 10:30 to almost 11 o'clock, and our service starts at 11. So I walk back outside around like 10:50ish. I don't see his Ford Explorer. That's the type of car that he drove. I'm like, this is strange. So I keep staying in there and waiting until it was like 11:14, and I was like, okay, I gotta get going. So then I finally, as I'm leaving, I call my wife. I tell her, I said, hey babe, pastor's not here at the church. She's like, no, he's not. I said, no, he's not, and I don't see his Ford Explorer anywhere. This is weird. And I couldn't quite, I didn't know what to make of it, but it was just something heavy on my heart that day, and I didn't know what it was. Now, I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit. And the last time I seen him, okay, was on my birthday, and that was October 3rd. And who would have known that this was the last photo that we would have ever taken? And just knowing that it's crazy. It's just, it's crazy, y'all. But anyways, back to the story. So what happened was, after a while, we went to go hang out with some friends or whatever. And on my mind, you know, he's on my mind all day. And I'm like, what's going on? Something's odd. But then the evening service comes around, and it's 6:30 service. And Sister Rosie calls me. She said, hey, brother, have you heard from Pastor? I said, no. She said, I'm at the church and he's not here. And I said, are you serious? She's like, yes. And I said, sister, I haven't heard from him or anything. And she goes, okay, well, tomorrow, aka the next day was October 10th. She said, I'm off around 5 o'clock. Let's go over there. And I said, yes, ma'am. So then later on that night, I wound up sending him a message, a voicemail, and I'm saying, hey, sir, we're not hearing from you or anything. I said, give us a call back. I said, sir, we love you, and we're here for you, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I didn't know. I thought maybe he might have been out of town or something, but usually he'll shoot us a text. We typically have Wednesday night Bible studies, but we didn't hear nothing from the Bible studies at all. No text, no nothing. So I'm like, okay, something's definitely up. So then October 10th rolls around the next day, and she gets off work, and we meet over there at his house, and we go to his front door. We're knocking on his door and everything. We're ringing the doorbell. Nothing. We can see that from the inside of, well, we couldn't see through the blinds, but we can see that the arrow's on because his blinds were moving. I'm like, okay. So then we go around to the other side where his garage was. And so we're trying to get to his garage or anything, we're trying to, but we really couldn't. So what happened was I had to pull back, kind of lift his garage a little bit. So my wife looked under to see if his Ford Explorer was in there. It was okay. If his car's in there, then he could possibly be in there. But if his car's not there, then he's probably out somewhere. He's probably in the hospital. We don't know. I pulled it up. His car was in there. And at that moment, I can tell that it was just an impact of a feeling like something is definitely wrong. Something is definitely wrong, and we got to figure this out. So I know how to get through his back door. It's a simple little, easy little unlocking phase thing. We go back there. He has an Amazon package that has some sun damage on it. It's been delivered since October 5th. That's a Wednesday. And it has not been picked up. So then we go on the side of his, where his garage is, up to his window. I tried moving the sliding door, it wouldn't budge. I saw flies inside of his house. You couldn't see the inside, but I saw that there was flies. And Brother Card was a very clean individual. Very clean man. So for me to see flies in his household, I'm like, this is strange. And I remember going up to moving from his sliding door over to the left window. There's a left window over from his sliding door, and it's his washing machine. And from his washing machine, washing machine room to the left leads to the garage, and to the right leads into his house. Well, the sliding window was open. The screen doors are easy to take off. So we managed to get it off, and I was going to go inside. But I didn't. And I thank God that I didn't, because my wife and Sister Rosa were telling me not to. And I could have gone in. And I remember I was right there at the window. I yelled out his name. I remember yelling out, "Pastor!" Just shouting it out. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I remember that was strange, because I remember telling them, I was like, I smell a stench. But I remember he had a basket of laundry right there. But then after a while, turns out that laundry was actually clean. And I was actually going to go inside. And I felt the presence of God. I felt the Holy Spirit. And he told me no. It was like a strong, deep feeling in my chest. And he told me no. So then I didn't do it. And I remember my wife and Sister Rosie telling me not to, and their voices were like muffled, like I couldn't hear it until God gave me the direct answer, no. And so I obeyed and said, okay, I won't. And then we waited around, and we talked to the manager. We called the policeman. My wife was like, we need to do a wellness check, because me and Sister Rosie went back to his front door. We're knocking and everything, calling out his name. Nothing. And we even called his phone. Now here's the part that still hurts. We called his phone, and I already knew something was up. When we had called his phone and I heard it ringing on the inside, and I remember looking at it, I said, "Sister, he's in there. He's in that house. We saw his car. Okay, we saw his car there. We heard his phone ringing. Right, there's an air conditioner going on. He's in that house." And lo and behold, officers come after a while. They're asking us questions and everything. We give them the full-on story of, how we're the church members and all that. And you know what? One thing I want to say is thank God for faithful church members. Because if it wasn't realistically for us, he would have never been found. And not to put in that aspect that he would never been found, but we were there for him. And that's how close he was to him. But they finally got there, asking us questions, and then after a while, they finally go inside. They were checking to see, calling the hospital to see if he was there at all. Possibly an ambulance can't pick him up. We don't know. They're just doing their job and they're checking. They got nothing back. So then they finally went inside. Before they went inside, they had to bash through the door. Even though the manager had a key, just unlock the door, but whatever. They had to do their job, and they did it. And they got through the door. They were calling out his name and everything. They weren't even in there for 20 seconds, y'all. They weren't even in his house for 20 seconds. And they came right out. Your sister Rosie's over there by the door, and I'm over here by my wife and son. And I walk up to her and I said, "Sister, what happened?" She turns around to me. And she's sobbing. She says, "He's gone." And in that moment, it hurt. It really did. It was like something was just ripped from you. And I've known this man for 11 years, y'all. And it's much different. I'm not even blood to him. I'm not even blood to this man, but the fact of how much his life has spoke, full of God, and some of you may not understand what I'm talking about. But his life spoke. And I've never seen something like that. Ever. And I don't care if we had different backgrounds or whatever. That man had my back. He had my back. He had my wife's back. He had the church's back. Whatever. And he went through trials and tribulations in his life. But we all do. But Brother Card fought well. And you know what? And it still even hurts now because my son would ask, at that time he would ask, "Where's Pastor? Where's Pastor?" And I would tell him, I'll tell him, I say, "Son," I say, "Pastor's with Jesus now. He can't fully understand the concept of it all. Because he's young. He knows what dying is, but he doesn't fully understand, the full concept of death. And I don't want a 3-year-old thinking about that." But we just told him, we said, "Pastor's with Jesus now." And I apologize for even getting emotional, but he was much more than a pastor. He was a friend. He was family. He was definitely one of the people I looked up to. And I'm definitely going to miss him. We all miss him. Not a day goes by where I don't think about him. It's crazy. And we're all still healing from the process of it. But I'm thankful for all the years, all the laughters, all the good times we had with him, because those are moments that you realistically can't get back from some people. But just knowing that he was in his house, he was alone. And I'm so thankful that I took his birthday gift, because I remember he wanted to give me a gift. And I said, "Sir, I already have what I want." And that's my wife, my son, everyone that is here, here around me. And he said, "Brother, I can get you something." He said, and I was like, "Sir, I'm fine." He said, "Brother, if you don't want me to get you anything, I can give you money." I said, "Okay, I'll take the money." So then October 3rd comes around, my 20th birthday. We have family, we had a dinner at Marissa's grandmother's house, which we had a good time. She made us dinner and everything. We're laughing and stuff. And I would have never thought in that moment would have been the last moments with him. But you know what? At times he would preach that we never know when our last day is. And that's true. We never know when our last day is. You never know when your last day here on earth is. But you know what? I'm just so glad that he came into our lives, because even my wife, she cried just as much as I did. And she only known him for 2 years. And I known him for 11. But it doesn't matter how long we knew him. It was the impact. It was how much his life spoke. And if you have somebody like that in your life, cherish them. Because you just never know. But I would definitely miss, again, the laughters, the good times, the services. I miss how loud he used to be. I have his tambourine. I got a couple of his suits and stuff because his family came down the following week. The first people we notified was his family. And then I notified Brother Lopez from the church organization, and they were pretty beat up about it and everything. But I thank God for all of them. I really do. And this is still something that we're still healing from. And I couldn't get back on YouTube until I don't think I need to talk about it, but I remember you guys, if you saw the little happy birthday video I posted like November 9th, that was Pastor's birthday. And I know you guys saw that clip, but I couldn't pursue until I've actually got this off my chest and explained why I've been gone. I don't need to explain why I've been gone. I know that's what people are going to say. You don't have to explain why, but I just feel like I needed to. And this is something that some YouTubers do when they sit down and talk, you know what I mean, let their viewers know. I'm still doing okay. I'm still chucking and jiving, still living by the grace of God. But the whole thing is that went down is just, it's something. And to Brother Card's family, I just want to truly thank you guys for being so loving. You know I went over there. I didn't want to miss it. So Jeff, Chandra, Tamara, and Josh's Uncle Bill, thank you guys for being so awesome. Thank you guys for letting us be there to help you guys move stuff as a support. The love that you guys have shown has just reminded me of Pastor, and I'm just thankful. I'm really thankful for him, and I'll never forget that hug that Chandra that you gave, where you told me, thank you for loving my brother. And I remember telling you that I'm thankful that your brother for loving us. And I would say this, that he was definitely a father figure. He definitely was. And I remember, I'll never forget when he told me that years ago when he said, you know what, Jonas? He said, you're like my spiritual son. And I remember we laughed about it. You know, we made jokes and stuff. And then he didn't know that I took that to heart. But I'm thankful. And he may no longer be here. And some things, you know, we hear or we sing a certain worship songs or whatever, it's going to remind us of him. And I'm going to miss the, you know, we'll give a handshake and then we'll come in for a hug. And I'm really going to miss the handshake he'll give to my son. Him and Jonas had a little special handshake that would high five, that would backhand it, and then it would do a fist bump like that. And Jonas would always laugh. But my son would even say at times, he said, Dad, I miss Pastor. And I'm like, son, we miss him too. But we're okay. We just got to still keep on moving. And I'm going to keep on moving. Not just for me, but me and my family. And most importantly for God. Because I want to be able to see Jesus face to face. And I want to be able to see Brother Card again. To reign with him on high. And I look forward to that. But yes. This has been the reason why, due to the delays of the videos and whatnot on my channel, I have a bunch of ideas. I just had to get this off my chest. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, by the grace of God, I will see you all next time. Peace out. Alright, so before I end off the video, like I mentioned before, thank God for faithful church members. We've actually drove here from California all the way to Arizona. His funeral was November 19th, and we told his family we'll be there. And they live streamed it. They told us, well, we're going to live stream it. We're like, no, we'll be there in person. And sure enough, by the grace of God, we made it there in person. And it was really something. But if you watch this entire video, kudos to you. This is like the longest video I've ever made on my YouTube channel. And here comes my son. Yeah. You miss Pastor? Yes, sir. We miss him too. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.